James was keeping the ship steady as he could hear his mom yelling that he would be late for school. James grabbed his lunch and finally left for school, passing by all of his friends that were playing with their dogs. Even at school, all of his classmates were giggling and sharing stories while passing along pictures of their pets. After finishing his homework, he decided to play outside when he heard giggling from the other side of the fence. James got up and ran back to his house to beg his parents for a dog of his own, but he heard the same excuses. Feeling frustrated, he finished his dinner and went bed, when suddenly he heard noise coming from the closet door. James slowly got up, grabbed his flashlight, and swung open the closet door, and yelled, "Charge!" James frantically ran down the next morning to tell his parents what he and Spyglass heard from his closet. James grumbled as he headed out the door and went to school, knowing that no one would believe what they saw. James tried to explain to his friends what he heard from his closet, but they all just laughed and turned away. The rest of the day, he heard the same laughter, as his friends were chucking and pretending to be pirates. A moment later, James notices something dashing into the bushes with a large bushy tail behind it. James and Spyglass scurry across the field and dive into the bushes head first, but they found nothing. James got up and ran into the house and tried to explain to his parents what he and Spyglass just saw. James dragged his feet upstairs, feeling upset that his parents did not believe him. James was about to fall asleep when he heard something outside of his window, so he nudged Spyglass to get up. They slowly crept out of bed, and with telescopes in their hands, they went over to the window to peer out. James and Spyglass raced down the stairs and out the back door, crashing into the garbage cans. All James could hear were his parents telling him that there is no such thing as an imaginary character. The next day, they were determined to figure out where this creature was and where it was hiding next. All the way home, they looked when they saw something in the park with flappy ears, jumping into the bushes again. They slowly approached the bushes, and on the count of 3, they charged the creature with swords in the air. Then, all of a sudden, James trips over Spyglass, loses his balance, and stumbles face first onto the table. James tried to defend himself, but he just covered his ears, knowing there was nothing else he could say. James and Spyglass washed up and slumped into bed, with a flashlight in hand just in case. James is about to drift off when he faintly hears a noise at the door, so he grabs his sword and jumps out of bed. Spyglass then grabs his sword and jumps out of bed, and with a few shouts, they barge into the closet. Off the creature goes, so they head off in pursuit. They charge down the hallway and slowly creep down the stairs. James' parents keep calling his name, so he walks into the kitchen to see a large package that was just for him. James carefully walks over as he can hear a noise coming from the box. He takes a deep breath and slowly opens it. James is all smiles because all this time he knew he saw something that was part cat, part dog, part rabbit. James finally had a pet of his own to continue his swashbuckling pirate adventures. Now it was time to introduce his new pal to his friends, even though they could not quite figure out what it was. Every night, Dobit would wait until James fell asleep, then jump off the bed and race into the closet. The end.